The state opposition denies it's playing politics after announcing it would introduce proposed legislation forcing convicted sex offenders to be monitored for life. The government says it planned last week to discuss its own similar laws with Cabinet tomorrow, accusing the LNP of taking a cheap shot.
A relaxed Sunday stroll for the cameras as an apparent political race to stop convicted sex offenders roaming free turns tense.
Anastasia Palaszczuk has no plan B.
But the government says there is a plan B, one it was planning to put to Cabinet tomorrow.
They are looking for the cheap shots every time, unfortunately.
The LNP today announcing it will introduce a bill this week ensuring convicted rapists released by the courts are GPS monitored for life. It's similar legislation the government informed stakeholders and media about last week and had planned to unveil tomorrow.
We certainly hadn't been briefed about it.
The opposition denies it's taking a cheap shot and playing politics.
I had absolutely no idea, like the rest of the community, that Anastasia Palaszczuk had any plan. In actual fact, it comes as a complete shock.
But the government's not only taken aim at the opposition for its timing, but also how it's linked its proposed legislation to the case of convicted rapist Robert John Fardin, who last month was granted permission by the courts to roam free in the community without any sort of monitoring. The Attorney-General labelling it grossly irresponsible and linking such legislation to an individual renders the proposed laws vulnerable to legal challenge.
That is not how we operate as a government, and that's why the Attorney-General has made her statement this morning.
Yes, Mr Fardin is the topic of conversation today, but these laws go to any serious sexual offender in the future.
Mia Glover, 9 News.
Queensland is watching the #1 news hour.